And I didn't crash, yay, I am alive.
Yay!
Alright, DC has been reset if you DC before 5 minutes. 3 minutes. I keep forgetting the number, I need to remember the number. Thank you for correcting me, Cap.
3, I can't say the number.
The amount of brain cells I have.
Are you just like... Are you
We're
getting
surely gonna
finance
start
something
now.
else, or are you just trying to... Or are you just like... Forget it.
Ow!
I mean, 5 minutes doesn't make sense, I guess.
Ow!
Come on! Yes! I got it! That was such a bad...
The scene stole my box. Ouch, and I got like...
Loop on boss kick bomb.
5,000.
Wait, what tracks are we still playing? What tracks are we playing after this?
We are playing Moonview Highway and DK Summit.
Okay, Moon, we are gonna do 50 laps challenge.
50 lap? Okay,
15.
have fun. Oh, 15! No! I failed the spinner jump!
I'm actually kinda glad it's classic because I cannot handle the speed.
If you could do Grumble on DK Summit, Grumble on DK Summit, that would be an achievement. That would be an actual achievement.
Okay, so many blue bombastics. It's pile dodge. With hop.
Hot dodge! Nintendo 3DS can run on the Switch 1, so if you're not going to put for Nintendo 3DS on the Switch 2. Yeah!
Why are
I've seen people play CTP7 on their Switch. Oh no, people are playing CTP7 on their Switch.
I should try that too. Would we work?
Wii is a lot harder to run. It works on paper, but you need a lot of game patches in order to get a playable frame rate.
I wonder why 3DS why it works great apparently on Switch, considering it runs as on PC.
Oh, I mean it's ARM on ARM, so
yeah.
it's not like the conversion in the instruction set is not that big.
Graphics on Mario Galaxy Run natively, that's not the code.
I want that.
Something tells me that they dynamically recompiled Galaxy to be like half emulated, because like straight up the fucking graphics engine that they had for their emulator just did not know how to draw to the Switch's screen.
That's what I heard.
If you're asking
No,
for
but
that.
like they couldn't figure it out.
Okay,
Because
Blue has actually killed me.
Apparently they borrowed some code from some emulators to make their emulator.
I hope they those were GPL before you does it.
Brock, is this real?
Yes, please.
Imagine they just revive the GameSpy servers themselves, and just normal Mario Kart Wii just starts working again.
Thanks for the target shot.
Target shop, idiot. I'm not serious about the idiot part. I think you're a really great person.
I know her well. I know her well enough to say that she's mine.
No, I'm not kidding about the idiot part, but I mean it like, as in, like, in the moment. It's funny in the moment.
Kickstart mid-air.
Airplane?
Kick is through the big block and
Turning be running. Is that a code?
I have Japanese running, is that a code? No, so what's funny is I am playing Japanese Mario Kart Wii, but I'm using my NTSCU save. And in order to do that, I have to use a code. So technically, I am sort of cheating, but it is a kind of cheating that can be considered benign.
I'm playing on a console that has not released in my region.
Also, Blue Bombastic.
Why does NTSCU even have that screen when booting up?
They just want you to be reminded of the fact that online play is not rated.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, you could have just put that in the initial like scrap stream, like be like, oh hey, here's some health and safety information. Online play is not rated because it's online play is not rated. It's technically safety information. So
It's not, I mean, it's safety.
I failed the fucking gap jump.
Oh wait,
And now I'm laughed.
there's like a data
Blue Bombastic? No, I will not be doing that. The minute they start requiring the age verification for anything, I will just stay away from that part of the internet. I will actively boycott it.
data mine.
And if bypasses are found, I will be abusing those bypasses.
I don't know, for like email mine,
This kind of sounds like identity theft.
Well, no, I'm not gonna steal someone's identity, but like if I can just access content without having to verify any ID, I will just do that.
Now, in general,
They're considering banning VPN.
Yeah, I mean that's my biggest issue with it. Like, yeah, sure, you can send your you can send a redacted version of your ID to certain vendors, but who's to say that they will still handle your very personal data securely? And then there's the issue of like, what are they doing with the information, right? If they need your full ID, then that means that they're going to have like records of you with the government because they need to cross-reference that shit for ID verification. Which means the government then knows that you have an account on Discord, and then the whole concept of anonymity is gone.
Oh, thank you for my B button responding. Not.
I had this conversation this morning as well, and it was like, oh, this whole initiative is to protect the kids, and I said, you know how to protect your kids? Be a good goddamn parent.
They can't do parenting. The government has to parent.
Like, instead of giving your kid an iPad and allow that kid to just be free on the internet and to be exposed to dangers on the internet, give your kid an iPad with parental controls.
Brady, I don't give it when they're like 8.
If you're gonna give your kid an iPad, give parental controls.
There's a lot of
my-
profiles to get
my-
installed on it.
My high school, I'm virtual this year, so that's not high school this year. The policy was looking for playing at home, not during lunch, not in the hallway, not at all.
I don't like
Same
that.
here.
I think if you're like a toddler, you shouldn't have a phone to use it. But if you're like a teenager, you should always have access to your phone, just in case you get an emergency call and you need to answer it right the fuck now.
Yeah, that's why I hate my school. My school also reserves the right to just take away your phone whenever they see you on the phone. Doesn't matter when.
Before this year, the policy was during lunch.
Yeah, same here.
School did say you can't use your phone ever during class so they can take it away, but nobody really cares to enforce that.
Good.
I don't think legally you can take your phone without consent from your specific device.
Okay, so ultimately, you are the owner of your hardware. Thanks for the target shot. Ultimately, you are the owner of your hardware. So if you decide to not consent to giving your phone away, that is your rule to make, and they cannot say anything about it. And if they think they can, then they are in violation of your personal rights.
That's why they call your parents like because they're still like preparing the party.
We both got it.
Can we take your phone?
Relax.
But you'll just be way too long. They'll say, yeah, you did it. But before this, yeah, you did it. Like,
I mean, yeah, they can tell you off for using your phone during school hours when you're supposed to be studying. They can definitely tell you off for that. But they cannot tell you to stop using your phone. Like, it is ultimately your device.
their response is that if you have an emergency, we got phone classes. And in my state of Georgia, they passed a state law for kindergarten to 8th grade where it's the same thing. But my school extended to the high school, so no phones to the high school.
That is bullshit.
For kindergarten, 8th grade, I guess.
Well, yeah, but those kids are not supposed to have phones to begin with. They are way too young to be exposed to that.
Yeah, I got mine at 13. Christmas at 13.
I would argue that's about the right age, and maybe a little bit late.
What's funny? During breaks in my school, you can leave the place, like the entire school, if you are in grade 11 or higher, which basically has your shit.
Should go backwards for me.
Well, I'm in American school, so we have so much safety problems on campus unless you have actual things to do.
I could just go to McDonald's during breaks.
I'm sorry, Miss Bakerson. I have an appointment at the local McDonald's.
You can't do DoorDash either. They ban you from DoorDash.
Same for us.
You have to eat school. Like, I think when my mom was in high school, like, 25 years ago, you could do campus or anything. And that was before all the
I think any of us
this is probably not a very great opinion to have, but I think that if your school campus refuses to serve you a proper lunch, you have every right to just go get a better lunch elsewhere.
Yeah, only my high school is the only school that district needs to pay lunch for. I think last year for everyone they were free, and I get them for free anyway because you're on government. So I never have to pay. Going high school, bad and pay money.
Oh, that's good vehicle.
How dare my tax dollars go to
No. What do you mean I'm paying for annoying little pieces of shit to be fed and taught how to not be annoying? I just want those exterminated.
I want these millionaires to kill everyone.
I hate this custom track. Genuinely, who designed this?
Man, I wish the maker knew that what Sticky Road was.
Yeah.
Rude.
This custom track is so bad.
Bro, I'm making an edit of this too.
That's
This for things now.
Oh my god, THF, you're cheating. I'm reporting you to Isme.
Yeah, go ahead. What's he gonna do? Canada?
yeah, I like Duna, that's why I'm not getting banned. 21 seconds left. Bitch. You're
It's
welcome.
bouncing.
What bound?
Okay, we're switching back.
Retreat!
Okay. You could have just drove through that fireball, but you had to squish me instead. Thanks, Zenon.
Nothing new.
Hey, what's that one double gas?
Noble gas, you mean my car?
Did you say?
I said noble gas, you mean my fart, because I'm a queen.
Because you said like area.
Periodic.
Oh my god, I hate the item route on this track. Right. Right.
Yes, I do.
Hey, go.
I can speak louder than I can do.
No,
Or what?
well, you speak loud enough, but you just pronounce things as bad as I do. It's like,
Oh. My bad. Yeah, also. I mean, my whole, like, most of my siblings have some type of also, they're southern. Yeah.
nature element of it is just, I'm not.
You don't
just getting
sound
some-
like you're from the south at all.
Sometimes it really comes out. I'm lazy.
I haven't actually heard it either.
No, I would say you sound just like generic American accents, not even like anything specific.
American accent. Thank God.
Who made the item routes on this track? They're genuinely terrible.
Nintendo, you're a horrible CP creator. I'm just gonna say it.
I'm washed. God, lava burn.
Getting washed with lava. Burns all the dirt out.
That would probably actually get you pretty clean, but no,
I think
okay.
you don't even exist anymore.
I missed the item set. I even slowed down for it.
Classic Read dollar.
I looked back to make sure that I wasn't going to ram Captain with my slowdown, and like, fucking Captain and I are on the same lap, so it would have been fine, but it would have been considered trolling if I did hit her. Well, this is mine now.
I mean,
Oh, you still look back?
Yeah.
I don't think it's trolling if I slow down.
I slowed down for the item set.
Well, that's for a different reason. That's plausible.
Oh, ow.
Did anyone add you back to the morning? Anyone? At least none of
Bostik.
Classic.
Another full Bostik? Oh wait, you're one left behind.
Double bullet, you know. Oh, wait.
Cap is cutting.
THF, did you just try to nuke me?
Because you're left behind.
Hey!
Why did you go left?
I'm taking out my rage of THF on you.
Why did you go far left?
I just rage quitting.
La boo boo.
Oh yeah, we should consider implementing some kind of enhanced pause menu in FKW as well, so we can do away with LRA start and just open the pause menu and quit race.
Yeah, we have that already. You could port it. Just use the button. It's Gecko. No. Oh wait, yes, it is. It is.
It does use the single player menu, but it kind of just
No.
it doesn't
Still
pause.
continues.
It's like pausing, it's like pausing and hate the love.
Exactly. It's exactly like that. So we don't need to remember super fucking combo.
Ooh, scrub dodge.
Deutsch?
What do you mean? I'm
Deutsch?
dodge.
Just die.
No, it's not Dutch, it's Deutsch.
You are.
Yeah, but like the thing is, Cup said scrub voice, but I'm done, so it's wrong.
The lens.
No way.
I would have went for the shot.
Blue Bombastic?
I do that.
Copy that.
Slap 29.
Last third.
Blue Bombastic?
It's lap 30 now.
This one.
Not legendary
Okay, don't listen to this silly girl falling behind.
I do.
Wait.
Okay, well.
I want to listen to you more actually.
When it comes.
Okay, I think that is because my controller made me drift right into a pool. You said screw up on that card and my controller was like, yeah, she will.
I said screw up, not screw up.
Well, my controller is adjusted.
Maybe you can get early controller.
Big Bombastic!
Who bombed? Okay, that's
Why there is 20 bombastic brain rots. But to be fair, no, so it can't be brain rot, as we know. Everything I don't know is brain rot.
Well, Dave might see away. I kind of regret that. Your mom is a charity.
Bitch.
I'll never tell.
I would have spaced perfect.
no, please, 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 please.
Why so many bombastics? Okay, I have to take this path, I guess.
Oh, I love it when my fit bounces off of the fin that I also just threw.
I love bounce.
Is it bouncing? Totally didn't leave a bombastic for DHF to run into.
Oh shit, I've grabbed onto it. Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ, I cannot drive!
Talk about that one guy.
I think he's from Melody actually.
What the fuck was that game? I just gained random error. Good respawn though.
Don't think
Random error.
Freaking damage. Got target shocked while I had a feather. Really team of that things were playing.
I'm not. I'm in the 4th of July. I mean, I can update now. I have probably a big thing about that. My internet's good enough now. I have to worry update first my internet.
Yeah, go update now so you fall behind the new one.
I checked like 3 hours ago, there's no updates.
Oh, okay.
I spelled Shrek Medium. Stop. I don't think like
Hey, just randomly drift to the left for no reason.
Yeah, Michael told it before.
I just need
Clearly took it to the right, but I guess, yeah. It started to drift to the left, even though it started to the right.
There happened to me before I tried to dead zone. Like after I played Mario Odyssey, my broken controller didn't like that. I just like dead zone.
Probably doesn't like that, but...
Have like 45% and on Switch 2, I kind of like I can't calibrate it.
It's stupid, because the Switch 2 Pro controllers will also have stick drift at some point.
It's not.
Especially the Joy-Cons.
They literally use the exact same joysticks that they used in the original Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, even in the Pro controller.
Even Pro controllers now!
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, what? Okay, Aurora, this... You squished me and bumped me off.
I did what now?
You squished and bumped me off at the exact same time.
How the fuck does that work?
Look at my ball. Left 36.
Just getting into the controller is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it takes
Yeah.
the battery.
I mean, it would be a job that I would do, definitely.
Yeah, I would too if I had
And this is why I refuse to use my first party Nintendo Switch 2 controller now, because I'm just scared of breaking it, and I kinda wanna keep it whole so that I can say I have this.
And killed by a banana. Imagine surviving a lightning but dying of a banana.
at least the battery.
My first Joy-Con batteries are not so great anymore. One of them might even started expanding.
For that, yeah, I'm gonna let
My 3DS battery is also having a small bump. My 3DS battery.
my 2DS lasts like
Same for me. What was Steve? Just drove to the like a terrorist. My Switch survives 90 minutes in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
I'm a Tesla.
90 to 120. And by the way, I'm online.
I think
I had to because my dog was in the living room.
before I got my own setup, I had TV and my
Same for me because it's my world.
I use my Switch 2 for only one in it. Never used it.
Which one Nintendo is kinda ass for me now because my hands got a little bigger and now it's uncomfortable to hold. The Switch 2 fits perfectly in my hands.
Same. I mean, I was about Switch 1.
Like, I can feel my fingers falling asleep once with the most.
I still think the Nintendo GameCube controller is the best controller ever.
The D-pad is ass.
Okay, the D-pad is ass, but other than that, C-stick is very good.
The C-stick is barely used, so fair enough on that.
I guess only ever.
Well, Well, you
You're
can
not supposed to.
you can just swap out the controller head, like the control stick head for something more modern, and it'll work.
This is also the problem I have with the GameCube controller. The thumbstick on the left stick, the cap is so disgusting. I don't know what kind of texture it has. But the old Nintendo controllers are ew.
Set up how this is.
They feel like elephant skin.
Your chat. I'm getting red shell off edge.
Well, yeah, but as a base, the GameCube controller is a very good controller. Like,
Oh yeah, the
its
button
base
layout.
shape, its base shape and the button layout are just amazing for me.
The Switch One controller fits well.
Okay.
Between like Xbox and Xbox.
What I like, because I play particularly a lot of Mario Kart Wii, right? I like that the A button, the big green button, is the button that you use to accelerate.
Well, I like that
It is like just in the right spot for your thumb to comfortably rest while still having slight pressure downwards.
A for me was the Wii remote.
That's
be honest.
My natural
Yeah, for me as well, but I still use X, not X.
My natural resting position on modern controllers is B or Y.
It's usually called A or B. Depending on what button I use last.
B or what? Because on Nintendo Switch Pro controllers, I've tested to stretch out to Y more often because I use that button in Mario Kart 8 as accelerate.
What? Why for accelerating? That's a thing?
Yeah?
What?
Used to A for accelerating again because
Did I never know that? I mean, I never used it. I know you can use the right analog stick to accelerate.
Which I find so awkward.
you want to in every game.
Just be stick shift on the right Joy-Con.
I had that.
Okay, I had that, and that's how I discovered you could actually use your right stick as accelerate. Because I was just randomly braking, and I was like, where's this coming from? And then I looked into it, and it was just like my right Joy-Con.
Yeah, and I just tried this one day because I always try every button in every game. So
Yeah.
Once you were affected by Joy-Con stick drift, in which direction did the stick drift?
Mine was left and right.
Mine
was always up. All three.
Actually, mine's always right.
My right stick, my right stick would always go either left or up, and my left stick would either go down and right, which is funny.
My left stick never got a drift. My right one did because it was broken.
My right one did after I took the controller apart for replacing the SL and SR buttons.
I remember just being on the Breath of the Wild grind, and just half of that grind would just be me punishing my Switch for having Joy-Con drift.
My brother actually went out and I wait so that the rails fell off, but there's still no drift in the
I didn't leave my Switch on like 8, 7 yeah, like 7 years ago, so I never played again like this. The right stick won't go left at all, or busty won't sit down. So bad. I tried to fix it like a year or 2 years ago, but I drifted one screw, so I can't fix it.
I also had drift screw issues, then I just took the drill and drilled it out.
I don't have a
I
drill.
dropped Squish 2 people on my screen, I'm sorry.
I have my
Bro, you must be hitting me and almost killing me?
No, because you're my enemy.
Okay. German Dutch Morgan. I should say that because I'm streaming.
I saw that come.
This game sucks.
Why is top 4 still not closed, by the way?
Are you complaining you only not because
Yeah, I want 500 laps. Wait.
I didn't mean to start
Up if you target shocked over. I approve that. I got bean cornered.
I think I actually heard that hit.
I got bean cornered. I custom track made by Nintendo.
Bill!
Wait, are the Mario Kart 8 DLC track,
Are these 16 extra tracks in Market 8 for you, custom tracks? Our Mario Kart Tour seasons custom tracks? Because they're also going to be based on when we first downloaded it.
what's the file?
I mean, technically every track is a custom track because someone made it. What differentiates Nintendo from us? The 3D model.
The difference between custom tracks and Nintendo-made tracks is Nintendo used the official SDK to create their tracks. We are just hacking the game.
It's published by Nintendo, by Nintendo. I swear to God!
Did the pal kill you?
Yeah.
I approve.
I think I got air time.
I approve, that was my pal.
And, hey, I was gonna crash out.
Fuck! And he star my ass.
No thanks.
Shut up.
What the flip?
What the red shell's doing? Yeah, shell's left 50. No.
Okay, on bullet.
Off the edge. Started to left 50 out. Like I think we got.
Squish me. Don't squish me, fear want to live.
I really have no chance to catch up here. I'm just doomed for 6th place.
No, it's ruined another time.
You think you're in a bad spot. Imagine how I feel.
You're always in a bad spot.
Off on the last turn!
I could have caught up like it's my shoulder.
To be honest, it was not my fault at all that I'm getting blue shelled in 6th place. I hope I still get 6th.
I got blue shield! What was that?
I would have gotten first. Can I sue Nintendo for bad track design?